So this is just to bring to you the news that there are people known for wrestling that got into a little bit of politics, which is why sometimes it's easy to kind of put them together. And with the world that we live in now, people that argue politics often sound like angry wrestlers or UFC fighters trying to belittle one another in an attempt to get the upper hand verbally. So that's why I'm kind of talking about it, but not really getting political about it. And there is a little bit of a difference. I just wanted to bring this to your attention because, again, my channel has to do with all things wrestling, my all things politics, which is NPC news. News, politics, controversy. I had to think for a second, had a Biden moment. See what I did there? I poke fun at everybody. That's where I normally would have talked about this, but because these figures are huge in the wrestling world, I thought I would mention it. Linda McMahon. Do I really need to say anything more? Freaking Hulk Hogan? Are you kidding me? So they were at the RNC, the Republican National Committee. I think that's what that stands for. It helps if I know what it stands for. I think that's what it stands for. Yes. Where they talk about, Trump and what he's going to do if he wins in November. It's a little rally thing. I'm not too well versed when it comes to politics. I enjoy talking about them a little bit. But what I just want to say is I don't see the big deal. Jim Cornette completely lost his marbles at Hulk Hogan for supporting Trump. And you can get emotional and be like, oh, that really makes me look at this person differently. And I used to be that guy. Honestly, I used to be politically sensitive, and I don't understand why I ever was. Things are so much easier now that I just don't care. And that I show understanding and respect to everybody. I don't care if you're left, you're center, you're right, as long as you're not like a fucking KKK member and you're not a neo-Nazi. You know what I mean? Like something extreme like that. And even then, we can have a discussion because maybe I want to find out what led to that lifestyle. You cannot engage in dialogue and expect a response, a civil response, if you are just going to lash out and attack people. I don't care how stupid you might think Biden is. Generally, typically, I would be a liberal. However, there's a lot of things that don't make sense to me on either side. And that's why I took a quiz a while ago and I found out I'm neither a conservative or a liberal. Apparently, I'm progressive. Whatever that really means, I don't even really know. I'm going to have to Google that after. But the point is in wrestling, you can have your preference, AEW, WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Choose what you want. It's not a big deal. It's okay to have your preference and to not like another product. It's okay to not like Trump, to not like Biden, or to like Biden, to like Trump. It doesn't have to be so serious. A lot of people will argue it is serious because it has to do with the presidency, the White House, running the country. That can influence what goes on around the world, and I get it. But I am tired of always attacking people that think differently than me. And ever since I've done that, like I said, it's been transformative for me. I have been shown a lot more respect because I've been able to give it, as I've said. And for me, that's very important. And I take that lesson, that way of thinking, when it comes to talking about wrestling. You don't hear me really talk about AEW. Some people think I hate AEW. I don't hate AEW. I just don't have enough time to follow them, and WWE, with all due respect, tends to be my preferred choice. Although there are some people that make it difficult for me not to watch AEW. I adore Chris Jericho, MJF, Punk when he was there, Cody when he was there, Christian, Edge. Like there's a lot of times where I'll still dip into it and watch it a little bit. Doesn't mean that I don't like it. I may not prefer it as much, but I still respect it. That's my point. I respect what AEW is doing. Even if you feel they're only doing this much compared to WWE, which you may feel is doing this much, they're still bringing a unique dynamic to the world of professional wrestling. They are employing other people that may otherwise not have a job. because WWE is not the only place that you can go to wrestle. I'm getting a little bit off track. Anybody that knows me by now should know this. I even also forgot to... oh, no, I am running that. That's my background thing. Yeah, so to me, this wasn't a big deal. It's also not surprising because I think I've already said this. She served on Trump's cabinet for something with businesses. I can't remember, with small businesses and cutting taxes so that small businesses can flourish and whatnot. And there's a lot of points of what she said about Trump that I do agree with. Then there's some stuff I might not. Well, to be truthful, that goes for anybody, whether it's Biden, George Bush, Obama. Like, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be some stuff. And then Hulk Hogan spoke here.
When they took a shot at my hero.
I'm going to have links down below.
And they tried to kill the next president of the United States. Enough was enough.
And what he means by that is remaining silent on the matter of politics. He said he didn't really want to get into politics before. Now he's doing it. And in this interview, again, there's going to be 3 links down below if you care, and to credit where I'm getting my information from. NBC News with the Linda McMahon interview, or speech rather, at the RNC. ABC News with the full speech of Hulk Hogan calling Trump his hero. And then Fox News with Hulk Hogan talking about his speech the night before. And that's the one that I don't agree with. I'm a huge overall, like, Hulkamaniac since I was a kid. I grew up watching him. I remember when he was first on TV, really. Like, I've pretty much followed him his whole career. He said things, he's done things. This guy said things, done things. Everybody said things, done things. I don't know. I try not to live my life, honestly, by just, oh, he said and did something terrible. I'm not going to talk to them or follow them or anything. Otherwise, I would pretty much only talk to the wall. I'm just saying, there's some people out there that are worse than others, great, but I just don't have time anymore to villainize until the end of time people for their prior transgressions, is all I'm saying. I'm just trying to really be neutral. What I didn't agree with, and what I will jump on, is when Hulk Hogan said this.
I was one of those people that was silent, and I didn't speak. I call those people cowards.
Right.
You know, and I sat around for years and years.
I do not agree with that whatsoever, me personally. Just because you don't speak on the matter doesn't mean you're a coward, for the simple fact that politics is very, very mentally draining. It requires the utmost research. Oh, Trump's a good guy. No, he's not. He said this thing. He did that thing. No, he didn't. Fact check, bitch. He said this. This is what he meant by that. Then there's a lot of he said, she said stuff with no receipts or proof to back up what people are saying about one another. And this can go, and I'm just going to lightly talk about it without actually talking about it. It's like the whole thing with Biden and the diary and his daughter, if you know what I'm talking about. There is some like crazy stuff that's like, no. And then, oh, yeah. And I'm sitting here going, I'm kind of not ready to come to a conclusion because it requires so much digging through information. And when I think I found some information on something, let's say on that matter, because it's come to light in recent history, I find myself sometimes more confused than I was before. It is so draining. I'm trying to work out, go hiking, play guitar, run 3 YouTube channels. Like, it's just, I do gardening outside. Like, it's just crazy. Now I'm supposed to do like 50-hour research on one little insignificant thing. And to me, it's I can't really do it. So I kind of go off the vibe of I let people live their life. They're free to choose whatever nominee is running for presidency. And I respect that. Whether I like the person they are choosing to endorse or not, I don't care. I don't take it personal. I don't get Oh, it's too bad he's a Trumpy. Oh, it's too bad he was that guy that liked Obama. What about the drones? And then Trump. What about this? And Bush. What about that? You're fucked no matter who you say you like. It doesn't matter. You are going to get shat on by the opposition, and not everybody is, with all due respect, mentally capable of handling that or gives a crap to have to be able to. So that's why I don't call the people that remain silent or don't really have an opinion. That's why I do not call them cowards. It's really that simple. People are free to choose to support or not support anything and remain silent. It's just, I don't know, to me it's just that simple. So I was all okay with everything that he said up until the next day, today, 18 hours ago, with Fox News, with Fox and Friends, I think it's called, the segment, where he said that people that don't speak up are cowards. Well, not a lot of people are experts. They don't feel confident. I barely feel confident in sharing my stance when it comes to anything political, because I feel like every time I'm like, yeah, I think like this is okay, I support this thing, then I find out some things I might not like about it and go, ooh, I should have researched a bit more. Then I research a bit more, then I find out that what I thought I found out was bullshit. And I'm like, oh my God, so I do support that thing now again. Oh. I don't know how people do it. I really, really do not understand how people do it. It is mentally exhausting and draining. And I don't want to get into it that deep. I want to get into it just a little bit, and that's why I've got the separate channel for it. It's only got like 50 subscribers. It's never going to go anywhere, and that's fine. I do want to stick to all things wrestling. And again, the reason I brought this up was an extra excuse for me to upload to my channel to keep it active. And because I do like politics, but the people that I'm talking about in a political way are all known for wrestling. So it's kind of like a cop-out. It gives me an excuse to bring it up without being divisive. And I would appreciate if the comment section is toned down, not because I can't handle criticism, not because I can't handle other people criticizing each other amongst each other in the comment section. It's because I really do want to keep this channel lighthearted. It's entertainment, like I said, all things wrestling. We could talk about who we like. Nobody's getting angry when someone says, oh, I prefer Sami Zayn. Oh, I think Kevin Owens should be. No, I think Finn Balor should be U.S. champ again. No, I don't think, nobody gets really bent out of shape the way people do when you hear them say, oh, no, yeah, no, I definitely think Trump is better than Biden. No, I think Biden's totally better than Trump. It doesn't carry the same toxicity. Wrestling can, but politics is another world. And it's sad. And like I said again, I am predominantly keeping this all things wrestling because it's Hulk Hogan and frickin' Linda McMahon. Notice how I didn't talk about Dana White. Well, he's UFC and now it's in with W. We're getting too technical now. How long have I been ranting about this bullshit? Almost as long as I was talking about my recap on SmackDown. Wow. This was supposed to be like a 3-minute video, but I enjoy doing stuff like this, honestly. Just having discussions. Share your thoughts down below. I'm not going to get mad. Are you disappointed that Hogan's a Trump supporter? Or do you like him more now? Or are you completely indifferent? Same thing with Linda McMahon. Does it make you look at her differently? Like I said, I could care less because in that same respect, I would like for people that hear my thoughts when I do share them to just really not look into it that deep. It doesn't have to be that serious, honestly. Thumbs up as always if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm in trying to make me more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up. If you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off in your ass, and have Hogan body slam you after the fact. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.